Far be it from me to complain about a winner, no matter how close the game was. I mean, a win is a win, a loss is a loss. I'm the first one to say it. But Jesus, after a 2-0 sweep this weekend with my football best bets, you think one of them would have at least been a game that I could have relaxed a little bit. You talk about back-to-back sweat jobs. Yesterday, 15-dime best bet winner on the Green Bay Packers. Yeah, it looked easy in the first quarter when we were up 21-7. Hell, it looked great in that game with 10 minutes to go. But then, this final 2 minutes, I thought, is Phillip Rivers going to screw me again? I mean, could he possibly, after what he did last Monday, this time turn out instead of being the GOAT and being the hero? But the Packers did hold on for dear life. That was the 15-time best bet winner. And, of course, on Saturday, also cashed in with a play of equal magnitude. As I told you, LSU would beat Alabama. And, of course, you know the deal in that game. Just a quick thought about that LSU-Alabama game. Watched every single minute of it, of course, because I had money on it. I've had your money on it as well. And, hey, I'm glad I won it. But, you know, game of the century, as I said, it was never going to live up to its billing. But what a boring game. I mean, okay, if you appreciate great defenses, fine. But it just amazes me at the top echelon schools in college football how they can't get place kickers that can kick, how they can't get quarterbacks that can throw. I mean, you know, and I look at LSU now, they're, of course, #1 in the rankings, and they'll keep moving on here. But what does LSU do with the quarterbacks now? I mean, clearly, Lee had his confidence absolutely destroyed after being pulled twice in that game, both after the interceptions. Jordan Jefferson, listen, I thought he was one of the keys for LSU winning this game, but seriously, Jordan Jefferson, you ain't going to win that many games with Jordan Jefferson as your quarterback. And, you know, and the problem is, please, do not give us another rematch of this game unless you want another boring game. This one, yeah, they could meet in the Sugar Bowl or something like that, or the national championship game in New Orleans, and LSU would have more of the home field advantage being from nearby Baton Rouge. But, you know, I always look at the big games as I want to see differences between the teams. So, you know, as I'm watching that game the other night, I thought, geez, how would Brandon Weeden and the Oklahoma State offense do against this LSU defense? A real offense, you know, a team that can actually throw the ball, a team that can run the ball, a team with one of the best wide receivers in college football. Now, I know what Oklahoma State's going to do defensively against LSU. They ain't going to stop them. I mean, you saw how the Cowboys struggled to get by Kansas State this weekend. Or I'm thinking, you know, Houston. Now, you're never going to see Houston play LSU, okay, in the BCS scheme of things. But, Jesus, you know, Case Keenum, you know, with that offense and with that spread attack that they run, I don't care how much you prepare for it, you're still going to be able to put points on the board. And I think that when you have diversity in the matchups, I think it makes for better entertaining football. I think it makes it easier for betting opportunities. Although, truth be told, as I said, all about this particular marquee game. Usually they are the toughest ones to win, but I thought that too many people read too much into this great Alabama defense. A good team, obviously. Great team, maybe. But playing at home, there was no way that line should have been more than 3.5. So getting LSU as the 4.5 to 5 point dog was just a no-brainer in that contest. By the way, it is Monday, in case you haven't figured that out, and I'm Al DeMarco, in case you haven't figured that out either. Maybe you just stumbled on the site, pressed the button, and said, who is this raving lunatic talking today? But anyway, I will get to your Monday night free pick, as I'm going to take a look at college basketball, guys. Yes, college basketball starts tonight. I've also got a money-saving discount coupon code that'll save you 10% off your total purchase. Those details coming up in just a moment. Want to talk about what's going on here for this evening. As I said, you know, I hit both my 15-time best bets this weekend with LSU and the Green Bay Packers, making it 4 straight winning days off the heels of the 5-dime winners on Thursday and Friday with Florida State and Kent. Now, 15-dime play may not sound like a lot, especially when I'm going to talk about Craig Davis hitting another 100-dime play yesterday. But remember, with me, 99% of my plays are rated between 5 and 15 dimes, and I made that decision a few years ago because I wanted a very narrow scale in terms of my ratings, so it was perfectly clear how strong a play was for me when you went to get down on it. And that's why they go in 5-dime increments, 5, 10, 15 dimes, 99% of them. So it's all a matter of perspective in terms of the rating. Now, for me tonight, I've got my one and only Monday night teaser of the year. I do not think teasers are for suckers. I think teasers are for suckers when you play generally anything over a 2-teamer. And I don't even like playing a 2-teamer with 7 points. I just like a standard 2-teamer with 6 points in football. I think the guys that get involved with the multiple teams and the boatload of points and you have to win so many in teasers, guys, the odds are just mathematically stacked against you. But there are certain games that you look for and sometimes they cross your path, and a teaser just makes perfect sense. And I'll give you an example tonight. You know, you've got a line here with Philadelphia as an 8-point choice with a total of 47. I think that you can make a case in either direction for teasing the side, that you can take Philadelphia down to 2 at home, or my God, you can get the Bears as a 2-touchdown underdog in this contest. Now, obviously, I think one of those sides is definitely the way to go, and I love playing with total in this contest as well. That's why I'm making it my Monday Night Teaser of the Year. It is a 15-dime play, and framing that once again for you. It is as strong as LSU was on Saturday. It is as strong as the Packers were on Sunday. 15-dime releases, college and pro football combined, dating back to day number 1 in August of the NFL preseason, kicking off so far this year 22-11, including 7 of the last 9, and 15-dime releases on Monday nights. 15-dime plays are higher over the past 4 years, 16-6 with these plays, and of course 45-28 overall run with 15-dime plays over the past 4 years. So that's what I've got going tonight, my one and only Monday Night Teaser of the Year. Craig Davis, 100-dime winner. I saw the play come in yesterday, and I mean, he sent the email, and I saw it come through customer service, and all it said was 100-dime, Denver Broncos. And I'm looking, you know, I look at everybody else's plays like you do, and I'm thinking, Denver Broncos, I just don't see it. You know, I wasn't in love with the Oakland Raiders, but I mean, I'm thinking Tebow, the Broncos, no defense, Raiders home, coming off the bye, Carson Palmer making the start. Little concerned that Darren McFadden wasn't playing, but then again, this is the guy who had won 14 out of 16 100-dime NFL releases, right? NFL Underdog Game of the Year Part 3, Denver Broncos. I'll be damned, they win the damn game outright. Craig, 100-dime NFL releases now, 15 out of 17. But it's not just the 109 plays in the NFL, guys. He's been winning. You know, his net profit run in the NFL dating back to last season, he's up 852 dimes. So if you just bet $10 per dime unit that he had released just in the NFL, you had won $8,520 dating back to last season. Tonight, 75-dime winner number 3 in a row. His NFC Game of the Year, Bears and Eagles. He only had one other 75-dime NFL release so far this season. It was Dallas when he instructed you to buy down the half point in their 3-point win in overtime at San Francisco back on September 18th when you bought them down to 2.5 based on his instructions. So 75-dime winner number 3 in a row going for Craig Davis tonight. And, you know, I always tell you the good and the bad. The bad is that when I won, or the good is when I won with the Green Bay Packers yesterday, Anthony Redd lost his 100-dime play on the San Diego Chargers. So on the heels of the 80-dime winner with Baylor on Saturday, he actually went 0-3 yesterday. Took it big time on the chin. Also, Dom Chambers. I mean, Dom, you know, I like to rip you sometimes. I like to kid you, but my heart was with you last night. And Chuck O'Brien, same thing. Both of them had big plays last night on the Steelers. I mean, you talk about a heartbreaking loss with Pittsburgh last evening. But, you know, as I'm watching that game play out, I keep thinking about last year when Pittsburgh playing at home against Baltimore. This is last season, remember? Baltimore comes down, final minute and a half, they win that game, and I'm thinking, are we going to have a repeat performance? And it wasn't what the Steelers did when the Ravens were knocking on the goal line. How do you allow this Pittsburgh defense, which I told you going into the game, and one of the reasons I didn't really have a feeling on the game, isn't as strong as previous year's additions. How do you allow Baltimore to go on like an 87-yard drive in the final minute and a half? I mean, they just dominated the game when need be. And truth be told, Baltimore should have had another touchdown or at least another 10 points in that contest easily to never put the victory in doubt. So, but tough losses nonetheless. Listen, I'm going to get to your free playing in just a moment. I told you who's hot, who's not, who's got the big plays tonight. I want to give you a money-saving discount coupon code. Guys, first time this year on a Monday I've done this. It's a 10% off discount on your total purchase, and it is simply 10 TV. The number 10, 10, and TV, no space between them, 10 TV. Now, you enter that, you will get 10% off your total purchase price. Okay, so different than a money dollars off coupon. Again, you want to put everything in your shopping cart at one time. You can't come in and buy Craig Davis's play and save almost $15 and then come in later if you want my play and save $15. You have to buy everything at one time. If you want to buy packages, great time to buy a package because you'll save 10% off the total purchase price. You want to buy insider money moves, buy a package, buy a single play. You can mix and match whatever you want. Use the coupon, take 10% off the bottom line. Again, that is 10 TV is going to be your money-saving discount coupon code. I want to talk about college basketball as your free pick today. 3 games on the board here tonight in Vegas. You know, it would be tempting to go with Arizona, laying the points in the 2K Sports Classic here this evening against Valpo. But let's remember, you know, Arizona not only lost Eric Williams, I mean, they lost their top 2 scorers as their number 2 scoring guy from a year ago transferred. And Sean Miller is going to have a good team this year, no doubt. And they are ranked number 16 in the nation after going 30-8 last year. This is a team that, you know, has struggled in 2 preseason games. It's still looking for its legs. I mean, it lost to a Division II cupcake, Seattle Pacific, and barely beat another Division II cupcake, Humboldt, in its 2 exhibition games. Not that Valpo's that good. Valpo's lost 3 of its top 4 returning scorers from a year ago. But don't be so much in a rush to go lay the points with Arizona. That's not my free pick, Valpo. It is not. But actually, I'm going to go with another free pick with an underdog with William and Mary, because tonight's opponent, St. John's, is in a similar, perhaps worse situation in Arizona. You know, last year Steve Lavin came in, took a veteran senior-oriented class, led them for the big dance for the first time in a couple hundred years, it seems. But, you know, they lost 96% of their scoring from last year's team. They lost 98% of their rebounding from last year's team. His heralded 9-man recruiting class when he came in campus, that's down to 6 because of guys that either transferred or didn't academically qualify. I mean, their top returning player averaged 3.3 points a game last season, okay? That's how bad it is. William and Mary, on the other hand, a team that struggled last year, to say the least, in the Colonial Athletic Association, going 10-22 straight up. But you realize it was a young team, but talented team, because 12 of those 22 losses were by 5 points or less. They've got 4 of their top 5 starters back, including the best scorer in the Colonial Conference, Quinn McDowell, who shot like 47% from the field, 45% from three-point land last year, averaging about 16, 17 points a game. He was their leading scorer last year, not the whole conference, of course. So he's back. I think getting 8 points tonight for them is a good play. Lavin's not going to be coaching tonight. He's still recovering from prostate cancer surgery back in early October. So William and Mary is going to be your free pick. Again, your money-saving discount coupon code for 10% off your total purchase is 10TV. Good luck, everybody, and I'll catch you again on Tuesday morning, bright and early.